What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. The map here, Mirage. This is one of the, probably one of the more highly anticipated matchups for the group stages. Very excited to see how this series is going to turn out. Skady, for those of you who do not know, I believe he is the current champion. I could be making this up. I believe he is the current champion of Champions League. I believe he won Champions League Season 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, he may have won Season 1. I cannot remember, but he's definitely won one of the two. Matreiuss, on the other hand, I'm not exactly sure what his recent tournament results are, but he was the runner-up in Masters of Mythology, which was the huge Age of Mythology Extended Edition tournament that happened a year or two ago. So This is a matchup that's going to be producing fireworks, that's for sure. Now, one thing I want to start off with saying here already is Skady goes for a very, very different opener than I'm used to seeing. Chucking everyone onto wood over here. He's eating his boar up. He's got one cow, scouting around trying to find all the cows on the map. The lure's going to be helping Matreiuss out quite considerably on this map. There's really not that much food on the map, so lure will be able to take the majority of the gazelle, the majority of the cows, the majority of the baboons back into the main base for Matreiuss, so he's going to be enjoying that quite considerably. We do see the dwarves now coming out for Skady. In the water situation here, we see that it looks to be around about, well, it's 7 fish. And I love this dock placement here from Skady. I kind of would put it off just a little bit up to the top here, but this is completely fine. Effectively, what you want to do on Mirage is place your dock in between the two fishing spots so that you can place the other dock in between the two fishing spots over here as well, so that you get a perfect situation there. Matreiuss, on the other hand, doesn't quite do that, but the fish is actually quite nice here for these 5 spots nonetheless, so it's not going to be that big of a deal over the course of the game. You're probably looking at only a small amount of resources lost total there, as we are seeing cows getting stolen. This is actually really big for Matreiuss to steal that many cows, because it's actually forcing Skady into building an ox cart here, which he definitely does not want to be doing there. And we'll see how things are going to go, because once Skady gets all of these fishing ships out, he's probably going to have to start thinking about taking these villages off of wood and moving them up onto this gazelle nice and early. It's generally what you would see here, as Matreiuss about to be able to advance here, and he goes for an incredibly fast advance time on this map. I love this. This is what I've been saying is kind of the best way to play on Mirage for pretty much every civilization, with maybe the exception of Egyptian. But even Egyptian can do this as well. Idea being is if you go for the, it would be the 348 or 402 advance time. Looks like Matreiuss goes for the 348, but a little bit delayed. Probably would have been better to just build an extra villager and not have that delay. You can actually finish up fishing all of these spots up while you're advancing to the classical age. You're going to be able to get your military buildings or your town center down really, really fast. And you're going to be able to put pressure onto your opponent considerably, or have a stronger economy than your opponent considerably earlier. Whereas Skady here fishes up the entirety of the water and will be hitting that classical age pretty late, in all honesty. I don't know where his temple is. His temple is actually not up just yet, as Skady's having a bit of a disaster here in this early game, as Matreiuss hits the classical age before Skady even starts the classical age. That's how fast this is. And not only that, Skady also throwing up a house here. I mean, he finishes the temple first, goes and throws up the house. So many resources in the bank here. Dwarf is going to be popping out. We see Skady coming through here as well. Now, normally, I would say advancing late with Loki, not the worst thing in the world, because you can actually throw down a second temple. You can start your Hersur production really early anyways, or at least start your Hersur production while you're advancing. But in this situation, I think this is maybe taking this a little bit too extreme. So while the advantage for Matreiuss right now is he's got units. He's going to be putting pressure onto his opponent. But the advantage for Skady is he will have more villagers out before Matreiuss will gathering. So he basically, Matreiuss here needs to get a little bit of economic damage done onto the villagers here in order to break even, in all honesty. So given the amount of time difference here in the advance time, Matreiuss here probably needs to do around about 200 resources worth of damage, whether that is killing a villager or just forcing some idle time, as we see some houses trying to come up there for Skady as he pulls back. Lots of resources in the back. Still just the one temple here for Skady. The army coming straight around. He's going to be focusing onto these dwarves as the villagers dumping themselves into the town center. One villager goes down. That is huge for Matreiuss. That's going to be the kind of equalization which Matreiuss needs here to kind of justify that faster advance time. We also see the dock getting targeted down. There are 2 docks over here already, though, so this isn't the biggest of problems here for Skady, as Skady's trying to return back over onto this gold mine, and we do see the watchtowers coming through, and that's even more resources invested. Whether or not this is going to be enough to defend this position or not remains to be seen, as the villagers here are still taking a lot of damage. We do see that Centaur is going after the Skraeling as well on this position, as the Hearser are getting taken down on the front here beautifully by Matreiuss. Picks off another dwarf as Matreiuss here, he is unrelenting on this pressure, putting pressure onto the front over here, as well as the villagers trying to come up onto the hunt on this location. Skady is in a very, very difficult position here as well, as he's still trying to utilize that healing spring underneath the tower fire. He should be able to hold this position nicely, as we do see Matreiuss retreating back here. Is enough Hearser now to hold on this position, as the Hearser, there's the one very low HP Hippocon there, as well as the Troll getting taken down nice and fast there by the Hippolytic. Nice play by Matreiuss to take that one out. Villagers retreating back. Even more villagers have been taken out. Matreiuss now has a 4-villager lead in this game, as the Hippocon going down. We still don't see that Hall of Thanes coming through for Skady. He doesn't have the wood to get it up, as his villagers are currently long distance mining from this gold mine here. One thing that Matreiuss could potentially do here if he wants is to send a villager forward and think about chucking down an archery range or something to get some Toxotes to harass that gold mine nicely there. And in that moment, Skady says, I am completely lost here, as Matreiuss gets an incredibly strong start to this series. Skady finds himself having what seemed to be no preparation here for this map, in all honesty. Matreiuss comes in, he shows off a very, very nice build order here. At this build order, you can do it on Mediterranean, you can do it on Midgard, you could probably not be able to do it on Anatolia. The walking time's a little bit too far. You could do it on Tundra Pools. Any of those maps, you could do this build order with Poseidon and get super, super aggressive onto your opponent. So you've got to be aware that this type of thing is available. And Skady here just not quite having the build order down to get him into a position to defend this sort of aggression from the Greek player. Really well played here by Matreiuss. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next game.